Hello friends. In last session, we have seen like how we can connect to databases and the files which is located in our own missions and the files which is located in cloud environment, right? So in this session, we are going to see the different options which we are having in the data source pane after connecting to a data set. Now I am going to connect to a sample data set which is provided by the Tableau. So that is located in under my Tableau repository, data sources in this folder, version folder, and I am going to select this file. Now, after connecting to a data set, now we are in data source page. Now, in this data source page, in the left side panel, it will give the connection information as we know already, and the sample-superstore is a file name, and below that, the file type or database name. Okay, now coming to the exact option, use data interpreter option. What is the use of data interpreter option and what we will get by selecting this option, right? So how it will work, let's see how it will work. First, let me give the small brief about what is a data interpreter. Okay, actually data interpreter will help us to clean the data which is having in your file. And actually what it will do, what it means it will detect the titles and unwanted comments, and what if your in your file if you have a empty spaces and the so on, it will do lot of things. It will help in lot to clean up your data. And also what it will do means finally it will ignore unnecessary things and it will identify the actual data which we require for our analysis. So this is the use of data interpreter. And now we will see one example how it will work. Now actually data interpreter will support like for, sorry guys. Okay. Now I am going to show one Excel file which is having a data. This is a sample data which we have created for this uh, testing purpose. So here first row having the, it means one comment like marketing executive sales information. This data will give the information. Here we are having a ID, name and months. This is the information, and after that we are having a gaps, means two columns is blank and then again data started and again two blanks again data started. How Tableau reads this kind of information, right? Now I am going to connect to this file which is located already in my mission. To change the file, now we have connected to sample superstore. Now how you can connect to the another file? Now what you have to do is you have to edit this connection. Click on edit connection. Now you are going to choose the file which is required for you. Now this is the sample one file which I am going to use to test the data interpreter, means how it will work. Now I am going to open this file. Once we will open the file, it is having only one data tab. Now you guys can see in the Excel file, right? We are having data like this, but if you come to Tableau, the data is looking like this. You cannot able to see the data properly. You cannot able to analyze what you require, right? So now what I am going to do is I am going to use the data interpreter option, means this will help to clean up our data, right? So I am going to select this option. Once you select this option, observe the screen here. Here we are having a sheet 1 and below union is there, in between nothing is there. Once you will select the use data interpreter option, now it's loading. So once you will load, observe the screen here below sheet, it has created a three different sheets of kind of thing, means table kind of thing, right? Now if you go to preview area, in this preview area now you guys can see at least we got some data, but still it is not giving meaningful insight. Miss ID, the column names is coming properly till here, but if you'll see the second table, it is displaying like F10, F11, F14, F15, right? Still, we are not getting the proper data. Now, what I am going to do is, instead of using the main table, I am going to use these another other tables which created by Tableau. Now, I am going to remove this. Now, now I am going to add this one. Right now, ID name Jan, February, March, April, May. Now here what I am going to do is I am going to pivot this one. I don't want to see this like January, February in the column wise. I want to see in the row wise. So for that, what I am going to do is I am going to pivot this one. So to do pivot this one, you have to select all these columns by holding the control key and shift key. Select the first one and the last column. It will select everything. After selecting, you have the last column, right top corner, you can see one drop down arrow. Just click on the drop down arrow and click on pivot. Once you click on pivot, it will create only two columns. Now see the observe the screen here. Now you guys can see only two columns, right? Pivot field name and pivot field values. Now this pivot field name I am going to rename like month, and this one I am going to give name as a value. Right now we are having four columns. You can now we are having four columns, right? So with these four columns, now what I am going to do is I want to see the I want to join with this table name sales amount. Now what I am going to do is like I am going to drag this second table and I am going to join this one with A3, this one. Now you guys can observe the screen here. This is the data, how it will display. Right now we are having name and name, two columns, right? Now what I'm going to do is I am going to hide this column. Now we are having only one name and ID, value, month and sale amount. Now this way we can use data interpreter option. This is the use of data interpreter, means it will help us to clean up our data. Right now we'll see the union option, how union will work. I am going to remove this one. Now I am going to unselect data interpreter. Now for this, to do union, I am going to use another Excel file. Now before that, what I am going to do is I am going to create a one folder. I am going to create a one folder in pictures. Now let's go create. I am going to create a folder here. I am going to give name as a union. Now I am having a union. Now for this I am going to use one file that is called as a sample data interpreter. See, observe here, we are having three tabs here with the name of January 2020, February 2020 and March 2020. Right now I am going to use this file. For that I am going to save this file in the folder which I have created now. Go to pictures and go to union, and here I am saving that workbook. Now I am going to Tableau again. So from Tableau I am going to edit the connection to connect that file, whichever is we are going to use. Now I am going to pictures again, union, and from union I am going to select this file and I am clicking on open. Once you click on open, now you guys can see February 2020, Jan 2020 and March 2020. Now I am going to drag and drop one Jan 2020 table into my canvas area. Once you will drag and drop, now you guys can see whatever the records is available in the table, it will display. Again, I am going to drag this February. Now what I am going to do is I am going to union the data. Now you guys can observe here in the screen, like in Jan 2020 we are having 3 columns, and Feb 2020 we are having 3 columns, and March 2020 we are having 3 columns, right? Now what is the main purpose of union? Before that, what is the main purpose of union and what kind of databases it will supports, right? Now see, yeah, actually the union, how it will work is like you can combine the data from 2 or more tables by appending the values. Means whichever the data it is coming, it will add into your existing rows, or if any columns is there, it will add into your existing data, right? And the if you want to do union, right, that the tables must come from the same connection. Means same connection means here either from database or the same Excel file, and means different kind of Excel files will be there, right, from same file format or database it should come. Now here you guys can observe here the union will supports the these many databases, and in this it includes the Excel files and the databases also. Okay, this is about the union. Now we'll see in, okay, now I am going to do union data. Now I am going to drag February, and see, once you will drag the February table into your canvas area, below that Jan 2020 table you guys can see one option, drag table to union. Means once you will drag this table, on top of that the union will happen and the data will be blended, and 2 extra columns will be displayed, like this is the sheet and this is the table name. We will see the we will see more information what is the mean by sheet and what is the mean by table, right? Now now you cannot able to differentiate between that. Now I am going to drag March also. Again still it is showing drag table to union. See, this way you can union your data. Now you guys can observe here the number of rows is 8, right? This is the one method we can do union. And you guys may think like what is the use of this union option, right? Now we are going to see the use of that option. I am going to remove these tables from canvas area. Now I am going to use this option. Now I am double clicking on this new union. Once you will click on, it will open up a one window where you can do union. Now here you can see we are having two options here, specific manual and wildcard automatic. What is the difference between both? Now we'll see first specific manual. Specific manual means connection, sample data, interrupt, and here drag tables here, right? This is the connection means this is our data file name, and this is drag sheets here means whichever the sheets available here you can drag into them. Means by using this specific option, whichever the data set you have created, you can get the data only. Now we are having 3 tables. Now means we can get 3 data. Now I am going to drag this one, and if you want to drag multiple tables at a time, you can hold the control key and select the tables which is required. Now I am going to, I have selected and I am going to drag here. Now you guys can see, now I am clicking on OK. Now here table in union is 3 tables. Now I am clicking OK. Now we are getting same result. There is a no difference between adding manually into your canvas area by using new union option, right? This is a one thing. Now I am going to open again new union. Here now we will see wildcard automatic. See, it will also work same way how union work till now, and here there are a lot of advanced options to search your files from your computer. Now I am going to select here. Now here you can see the users pictures and union. This is the path which we have connected to this file name, right? So here sheets matching pattern. See here sheets matching pattern means if you want to connect sheets with the matching pattern, there should be some common common between those all worksheets. Here, what you guys observe, what is the common between these three sheets? We can observe 2020 is a common, right? So now what I am going to do is I am going to use star. See, if you want to add 2020, right? Before that, February is there, January is there, March is there. How it will identifies, right? Here you guys can see like star means if you'll click on star means what it will do means it is a like global means it will from star wherever you kept star, right? From that onwards it will search for the files. Now in my case I am going to keep star and 2020, right? Now here we have an option called include exclude. Include means it will includes wherever it finds the sheet name as a 2020 at the ending. If you want to keep at the starting 2020, then you have to keep the star in the backside of this 2020, means last side of 2020. Now you can say use star to match any string of characters. For example, sales star finds sales.csv and sales199.csv. So this way it will work. Now if we are having option exclude. Exclude means it will exclude 2020 and remaining things it will add into your union. Now I am going to keep include. Now this is the workbook. Workbook means this is a Excel workbook from which workbook you want to union the data. Now I am going to use sample data intro, means from this workbook I want to union the data. Now I am clicking on OK. Once we will click on OK, now observe the screen, same data came into, right? Now you can see the path and sheet. Earlier it was a different, it was table and table name something, right? Sheet and table name something, right? Now you guys observe same 8 record it came. Now we will see the remaining options what we will be having. Now what I am going to do is I am not going to remove this one, just I am going to edit this union. Once you will edit this union, now you can see and some more options, expand search to subfolders, expand search to parent folder. How it will work exactly, right? Now such folder means, for example, let me draw one simple example. Now for example, let's think this is your computer. Now here you are having another folder in it. You have one folder in it, so let's use this one only. Okay, so this is a one folder, right? In this folder you are having a one Excel file. Okay, this is one Excel file. I am giving name as a Excel file. So this is a one Excel file and you have another folder in it. Now you have another folder in it. The folder is like this one. Now let's give a different color for that. Okay, this is another folder. This is a one main folder and this is a one Excel file in that folder and this is another folder which you are having in the main folder. Now here in this folder you are having another Excel file. In this file you are having another Excel file called as a B, right? Now by this option what it will do means expand search to subfolders means now here in our example, right? So in our example this is a folder and it will search means subfolders means whichever the folders is available in it, so it will search for those folders, right? Now to see in the real time, now we'll go to Tableau and now before that, right, we need to create a one folder under union. Now I am going to create this is the union folder which we are using currently. Now here see one file is there. Now I am going to create another file in it, another folder, sorry. Now here for this I am giving name as a, right? Now it is an empty. Now what I am going to do is I am going to save this April 2020 file in it. In this, I am having only one sheet with the data and remaining two are empty. Now what I am going to do is I am going to save as this one in pictures union and the folder which I have created A. Here I am giving name as a A. Okay, I am clicking on save. Now let's go to Tableau. Here now observe here we are having 8 records, right? Now after selecting this expand search to subfolders, how many records it should display? Means whichever the records is available in the file A, right? Here we are having 2 records. Then it should show the 10 records, total 10 records. 8 plus 2, 10, right? Now I am clicking on OK. Once we'll click on OK. Now observe the screen. Why it is not happened? So means here like we have given the expand search to subfolders, but file name is star 2020. It includes. But what about this sample data interpreter XLS? Expand search to subfolders means it should include, right? So let's click on OK again. Still it is showing 8. Let me refresh it. Still 8. 1 second, guys. Here, right? So how we can match it? We can match it by star 2020, right? Here now, for example, I am going to click on OK. Means it will includes the sheets from this workbook only. Now I am clicking on OK. Now here you guys can see it's included. It is having 8 records. Now what I am going to do is I am going to edit this union. Now you guys can see in this folder we are having, see, union. Under union folder we are having a another folder called A. In this folder A we are having a worksheet Excel workbook with the name of A, right? Now what in this Tableau desktop what we have to do is, right, now we are having two options. Expand search to subfolders means as we discussed earlier, it will search in the subfolders. Means this is a file, and if in this main folder if any subfolders is available, it will search in that subfolders for 2020 ending worksheets. Now let's go here. Now here I am clicking on OK. Now I have selected this expand search to subfolders to bring the data which is available in the A file. In this file, I am having 2 records, right? Let's now I am going to edit this connection. Now I am clicking on expand search to subfolders, clicking on OK. It is not updating. Why? The reason is here, like in the second include workbooks, right? It is including the data from this workbook, not from this here, right? Especially you have mentioned sample data file. Now what you have to do is you have to remove this one to work that option. I am going to remove. Now blank equal to include all. This is a by default, means we have removed. Now I am going to click on OK. Now once we'll click on OK, what happened? Now you guys can see the data. It's updated 2 records. These 10 and 20 is the another 2 records. Now you guys can see the path and sheet here union. This is coming from A file name and the sheet is April 2020, and this is coming from sample data interpreter and F 2020 file name means February 2020. So this way how the union will work. Now we have another option called expand search to parent folder. Parent folder means now here union is the folder, but parent folder means pictures. So this is the parent folder, right? So in Tableau, now you guys can see the path. See users Lenovo iPhone pictures, right? In the pictures, whichever the files you will be having, whichever the worksheets you are having ending with 2020, all files data will be included into this union. Now I am having a one more file, book 5. Here I am having May 2020 and June 2019. Let's see which file will include May 2020 or June 2019. As per our analysis, 2019 should not include into your union, right? Now May 2020 data. Now here I have added some people might be uh, having some concern, some doubts like what will happen if you have an extra columns, right? As of now, whichever the files we have connected, we have union in that only 3 columns were there. Now in the book 5 I have added another one extra column called commission. Right now I am going to saving this file. I am going to click on save as, and I am going to save in a pictures. I am not going to select union, just I am going to save in the pictures with the name of book 5 only. Let's click on save. Now let's go to Tableau workbook. Here I am going to edit this union. Here I am going to select this expand search to parent folder. Now what will happen? It should include the data. Now the record count is 10, number of rows is 10. Now if you'll see here under book 5 in May 2020 sheet, we are having 4 columns and 2 rows, right? In June 2019 we are having 2 rows, but now see how many records it will include. Okay, as per our requirement, it should include only the May 2020 data, means only 2 records. Now let's go here and click on OK. Now observe the screen here. The records is showing now 12, and we can see one more extra column is added, that is called commission. Here you can see for these 2 rows we are having a data. For that reason we can see only two records. Now for rest all are nulls. And one more thing, observe 2019 data is not included. This is how the union, this is how the wildcard automatic union search will work. Now you might be having doubt, what if we will unselect this expand search to subfolders, it will include or not, right? Let's unselect this one, click on OK. Now it is displaying 10 records, means it is not searching for the subfolders within the folder, but we have selected option called parent folder. So that's why it is not searching in the subfolder, but it is searching in the parent folder. So that's why it is showing 10 records. Right, guys? So this is how we can use the union options. It will work not only for the Excel file, it will work for some other databases and some other flat files also. Okay. Now this is about union, guys. Now let me see the some other options which is available in the data source page. Now I think this part is clear, right? Yes. Now for example, if you want to remove unwanted columns from your report, right? You cannot able to remove directly, you can hide those columns. Now this is unwanted column for me, so I am going to hide this column, and this is also unwanted column, so I am going to, or else okay, it is required actually. See here, you can see February, this thing, right? So instead of sheet I am going to give name as a month. So only one unwanted column was there, so I have hide it. So now this is the canvas area. In the canvas area we can see, okay, first let's discuss about the preview area. See, in this preview area we have options, we have different options, right? Now here you can see the first option is a preview data source. Means whenever you will drag any table into your canvas area, automatically it will displace the data here, right? By default option is this preview data source, means whatever data is there, it will display here. Now second option is manage metadata. What is a metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about data. Means it will display the columns. Means columns what type of data it is holding, right? Data about data means what kind of data you are holding, so about that it will discuss. Means nothing but column names. Means now once you will click, what should display? It should display the column names, right? Manage metadata means how you want to manage your metadata, means column information. Now I am clicking on metadata. Now you guys can see, you guys are not able to see any sample data here. You guys can able to see only the columns which is available in these Excel files. Now these are the columns which we are having: ID, name, salary and commission. The same names it is displaying here. Here we are having three sections again, three columns. Field name, field name is nothing but a column name which we are having. And table, table means here this is a union. And remote field name, what is the difference between field name and a remote field name? Here it's looking both are same, right? So what is the main difference here? The difference is here the name here, this field name is a Tableau field name, Tableau side column name. And remote field name is a database or data file column name. It is a original column name and it is a aliased column name. Now we'll see how it will work. Now let's go to back to preview. Now what I am going to do is, instead of ID, I am going to select, I am going to give as a number, right? I am clicking enter. You can double click on it to rename this column. Okay, now I am clicking on enter. Once you click on enter, now it is showing number, name, salary, commission, month. Once you will rename any column in Tableau side, it will not affect in your database. Now let's go to file, Excel file. So this Excel file still you can see ID. Okay, now let's go here. Means whatever the changes you are doing in Tableau side, it will not affect your database. Remember that thing. Now let's go to manage metadata option. Once you will go to manage metadata, now you guys can observe here the field name is showing number but remote field name is name, right? So these remote field names we cannot able to edit it. Means it will show the database table column names, but this name is a Tableau side column name. Means for end user, for business user perspective, in most of the scenarios we are going to change the original column names to different names. Means to understand better, right? Now here we are having another option, sorted fields. Now here sort field means like whether you want to go ascending order, descending order. So this is just sorting of your columns. Like now let's go to here. Now see, now here commission, month, name, number, salary. Earlier it was data source order is like number, name, salary, commission. Commission came to first because as per the column starting letter is C, right? This is the first, it should come first. So this is a ascending, this is a descending, ascending per table, descending per table. Okay, these are the options. Now we have another option called show aliases. What does it mean by alias here? Here the alias is in Oracle, right? We will give alias names, right? Now for example in Oracle, how we can give the alias names for, like for example here I am going to write one, select star from employee where, sorry, select star from employee. Now here instead of star I am going to select name, ename as name comma sal as salary, like this. We are going to give the alias names for your original names. Instead of sal, in your report it will display the salary. Instead of ename, in the output it will display the name. So this way we can give the alias for your columns. But in Tableau side, we are not going to give the alias names for your columns. We are going to give the alias names for the data members. Here, what is a data member? Data member is a data which is available in a column. Now in this name column we are having CAD, some different names, right? These things we will call it as a data members. So this is a Tableau terminology, data member. We will call it as a data member. Now how aliases will work? Now for example, now I am clicking on show aliases. There is a nothing more it is displaying, right? Now I am clicking on unselect. I am unselecting this one. Now let's go to give alias for this. Now how to give the alias? I see for renaming the column names directly you can click on it and you can change. But if you coming to this data, you cannot able to change it, right? By double clicking. What you have to do is you have to click on this drop down arrow which is available in that field. So let's click on it. Let's click on aliases. Now once you select the alias option from the drop down, it's opened up another window. In this window you can see member has alias value. Means member means it is a database column data. In this name column we are having these members, and has alias it is not showing anything, but here value alias. But if you want to change, if you want to do change on member, it's not selecting, it's selecting under the member which we are under the alias, right? Now here you can give the name. Instead of name I am going to give like Krishna. Now C, instead of C I am going to give name as a Chandra. Now for D, instead of D I am going to name some D again. Yes, something I am giving. Now you guys can observe the names we are giving. For A Krishna, for C Chandra, for D DS. We have changed the names. And has alias is showing some symbol, right? Asterisk symbol. Means by looking at this we can say this data member is having a alias name. So this is what it means to say this alias. Now I am clicking on OK. Once you will click on OK, now you guys can see here it is automatically it is showing tick mark show aliases. Now you guys can see you are not able to see A, B, C in the data set in the preview area, right? Now in this entire workbook these names only will appear in all the reports which you are going to create it. Okay, if you want to see the original names you can unselect this one, then it will show the original names. But in report side it will show instead of A it will show Krishna, right? So if you want to see any data members is having aliases, then you can click on it. Okay, this is the option called show aliases. Now we have another option called show hidden fields. As you remember, right? We have hidden one column which is not useful for us, right? Let's see what will happen if you click on show hidden fields. I am clicking on show hidden fields. Once you will click on it, now you guys can see the path column is displaying here. This was hidden mode. Why we will hidden the columns? See, if there is a no use in our reporting purpose, in our analysis purpose, there is a no use to keep in our data set, in your data source, right? It will available in data source, but there is a no use if we'll keep visible. Because of that also the performance will decrease. So because of that reason, whichever the fields is not required for our analysis purpose, we can hide those columns, right? If for example, in future, you may require that column for your analysis purpose. In that case, what you can do is you have to show hidden fields, then you have to go to drop down and click on unhide. Now still it is visible, right? But still you cannot able to use this one in your report, but it is in a disabled state. Now observe the color between these two columns, this column and with the other columns. This is a grayed out. Grayed out means it is a disabled state. Enable state means it will be like bright. Now I am going to use this column in your for your analysis purpose. What you have to do is you have to unhide this one. Once you click on unhide, then now you guys can see there is a no difference between this column and the remaining columns. This way the show hidden fields will work. Now you can unselect this one. Now still it will show, right? Now we are having a rows, right? Now in the preview area, how many rows you want to see? Now let's to click on 2. It will display only that 2. If you want to click on 100, it will display the 100 records, right? But we are not having 100 records, we are having only 10 records, so that's why automatically it resetted to 100. So this is all about this preview area options. Now let's go to canvas section. In this canvas section, we are having a one symbol, cylinder symbol. This cylinder symbol means this is a data source name. This is a data source symbol and this is a data source name. What is a data source here? Data source is, it will give the information like what kind of databases we have connected. That is called as a data source. Data source will give the information like what kind of database we have connected, right? Now here, this data source name, you can keep anything. Like instead, now I am going to keep Excel. You can keep any name. That is not a big deal. It is for understanding purpose we are going to give this name. Okay. Now once we will change this name here, this name should not, it will not change, right? This is for our easy understanding purpose we are giving as a name, data source name. Now okay. Now coming to right side of this canvas page, here we can see the connections. Here we are having a live and extract, right? Here live is, what is the difference between live and extract, right? Now I am going to sheet 1 by selecting the live connection, right? Now I am going to sheet 1. Now you guys can observe here in the data source pane, you guys can see here Excel data source name and with single cylinder name, with single cylinder. Single cylinder represents a live connection, right? What is the difference between live and extract? We'll see now in a simple example. Now let's delete all this. Okay, now let's assume this is your database and this is your computer and in your mission, and this is a Tableau installation. This is the Tableau environment, means Tableau install. Now I have opened a Tableau. Now live connection means there should be a interaction between this database and the now the Tableau file is connected to database directly, means whatever the updates will happen in the database level, it will reflect in your report automatically, right? Means there is a connectivity between your Tableau desktop and your database. For example, because of some network issues or some other issues, the connection has been lost, means your report will not display any data. It will display only the skeleton, means structure of your report, but it will not display any data unless you have to reset the connection between your Tableau report on this database. Once connection has been established, then automatically your report will display the data. This is a live. Let's coming to extract, right? Once you will see, now live means it will display with the single cylinder. Now let's go to our Tableau. Let's go to data source. Now I am going to select the extract file. After selecting the extract file, once you will go to your work environment, workspace. To go to workspace, you have to click on this sheet. You have to select this sheet. Now I am going to select this sheet 1. Now it is asking where you want to save the file. Means what it is doing, means it is extracting, means pulling the data whatever is available in the database, and it is keeping in your local machine in this file. The file name you can give different. Instead of Excel, you can give some other different name. That is your wish. Now I am clicking on save. These file types we can discuss in upcoming sessions. Now I am going to, this is a file type, just it is a file format, extract file format dot hyper. Okay. Now I am clicking on save. Once you will click on save, now observe, it will pull the data into your local machine. Now you guys can see, instead of single cylinder, now it is displaying double cylinder with the arrow mark. It is called as a extract. It represents the extract. What is the use of this extract now? So now if after creating an extract, if the report is connected to, now let's take let's think this is our extract file which we have created. This is an extract which is available in our local machine. Okay, this is an extract file which is okay, fine. This is the extract file which is available after creating an extract. Now the report, this is an Excel. Now the report will no more connected to this. Now the extract will be connected to this database. Now extract will connect to this database, and this Tableau report will connect to this file. Now extract is connected to your database. Your report is connected to this extract file, right? But what is the difference? You guys might be having doubt like, what is the use? Now this is a long route. Instead of direct way, we are going to some another place, and from there you are going to reach your destination, right? You must maybe think like that, but the difference is like, this extract file will not always interacts with your database. This extract file will not always interacts with your database unless you will click on refresh this extract. Whenever you will click on refresh this extract, then only this will connect with your database, and it will fetch the latest records which is available in your database, right? Then once it will get the latest data, then automatically this report will be updated with the latest data, right? Now for example, now it is not directly interacting. For example, due to some network issues, you have extracted data, but due to network issues, this extract file is not connected with your database. Still your work will not get impacted. Means already whatever the data you are having in your database, that is available in your extract file. So still you can work, you can develop your reports by using your Tableau desktop. Now I hope you guys got the difference between live and extract, right? Now for to watch I have already made a video which will give more information, the difference between live and extract. You can go through my that video, so you guys may get the information. Now we'll see, we are having another two more options. Now I am going to go to data source. Now I am going back to data source. Now here I am going to select a live. Once you will select a live, here we have an option called filters. This filter, we will call it as a data source level filter. Means we are applying a filter on data source level to restrict the data. For example, if you want to do analysis only, if you want to do analysis except February month, you want to do analysis. Now in that case, what you can do is you can click on this option add. Now one window will open. Here you guys can see the name of this. It is a data source level filter. Now here you can see filter and details. Now if you want to add the filter here, means if you want to filter out some data which is not required for analysis, you can add it here. Now I am clicking on add. How to add? By clicking add. Once you will click on add, now it will display all the columns which is available in your data set. These are the columns which I am having currently. Now I don't want to take February data for my analysis. Now you have to select the specific column name. Now let's click on OK. Once you will click on OK, it will open up another window which will give the data members list. Right now, if you select February, what will happen means it will keep the February data. Now see, for example, now I am clicking on OK. I have selected February and I am clicking on OK. Now you can see in the details keeps February data, means it is going to keep only February data. It is not going to keep the other months, but we need to exclude this February. Except February, we need the remaining data. So to do that one, I am selecting this one. I am clicking on edit. Now, for example, here you are having lot of data, means lots of data, lot of data, but you want to unselect one, right? You can select all and you can unselect February. Okay, this way you can do it. Or another way is like you can select which is not required and you can select exclude option. Now let's click on OK. Now you can say keeps Jan, March and May data, right? This is how you can apply the data source level filters. Means now whenever you are going to create the visualizations, the February data will not be available for your analysis. This is called as a data source level filter. Means you are restricting the data at data source level filter. Right now, we will select the extract. Once you will select the extract, it is showing edit and refresh. Right. Once you will click on edit, these are the options we are having. Here also you can add the extract level filters. Right, same way it will work, but there is a difference. Okay, I think I have explained this concept live and extract in the video which I have made already. In that video I have clearly explained what is the difference between data source level filters and extract level filters. That is another video, so you can go through it, you can get the clear picture. Okay, thank you guys, thanks for watching my session 3, and please subscribe my channel for more information. Please don't forget to invite your friends to these free sessions and also ask them to subscribe my channel. Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.